Polite Enquiries, Jarrod Kimber, Andrew McGlashan, Nasher.
Not George DeBell.
Wellington Parade. Place. Wellington Place. Essex man says, how can the overt religious discrimination in Hendo's Telegraph piece on Ali be allowed?
No, and I've not actually seen him around this test match either. Unfortunate timing, just not connecting with the right vibe of what Moeen's trying to get over. He's doing it for all the right reasons and he should be applauded.
He's allowed to identify himself as a Muslim. He's allowed to identify himself as a darts player or as anything that he truly believes in. And to write a column on that when you haven't even been to the press conference and you just come on. We're better than that at this stage in society, are we not?
You'd hope so.
The silly point said, is Ali an all-rounder? Batting, bowling all-rounder, frontline spinner or part-time spinner in this test?
It's a lot of options. He's a batsman who bowls a bit more than just a little bit. But he's coming on. I think we showed today that he's still very much a work in progress.
On his pitch map he had a bit of a scattered cluster, but I thought he was okay today. He didn't look particularly threatening, but I thought he was okay. Philip Meng says, who was the better long hop spin bowler out of Moeen Ali and Steve Smith?
You can't take that title off Stevie Smith, can you?
I can't believe you would even ask that.
He's a specialist at it. He keeps getting he got people like KP out with it, didn't he?
Come on.
The Ashes.
Come on. Come on, Mengy. Sean Ormanroyd says, do you feel strongly about wickets like this ruining the game?
I don't think this is a great test wicket. I don't think it's diabolical. You want to see the ball carrying it chest height, the keeper taking it above his head, certainly on the first couple of days of the test. If it dies after that, that's fine, but you don't want it dying as we saw on the second afternoon and on the third morning.
Had Sri Lanka been a slightly better bowling side on that first day when the pitch was moving around, they would have bowled England out for far less and they would have had a good lead. Would we still be saying how bad a pitch is? Nicholas Charland says, has Matt Prior silenced his critics with his performance behind the stumps?
When someone comes back in after a break like Pryor has had, and he has split opinion on his recall, I don't think one test is going to silence critics, but he's certainly kind of done much more so far in this test.
He's been fine. It's not about silencing critics, it's just about keeping better, really. I mean, he wants to stay there, and he's keeping far better. And he could never silence me because I don't think anyone could shut me up.
Hard to silence you, Jarrod.
Satyajit says, do you guys fancy a result here? We always fancy it.
We saw when Sri Lanka were last here in Cardiff, don't forget, it only takes one awful session to blow a side away. And I don't think it will happen this time, but England, yes, still do have a time to force a result here.
Then it'd be a great pitch.
Fantastic.
Nicholas Charland says, which player would you trust least with the DRS review, Jay Wardner or Watson?
Still Watto, but Stuart Broad's pretty high on that list too.
Yeah, bowling wise it would be Broad, but Watson, come on. English Nick says, when Kumar and Mahela retire, will they star in a Lethal Weapon style movie franchise?
Well, you've been writing about how they're starting clothing adverts together, haven't you, and things today, so I think there's every chance they are a perfect combination.
Slash fiction. Do you know what slash fiction is?
I don't.
Cricket 365 says, was Mahela's tackle hug slash choke hold the best ton celebration of recent memory? It was definitely the best celebration by the person who didn't make the 100, I can remember in a little while.
But they are a bit more than just teammates, aren't they, Mahela and Kumar? They go back a long, long way.
Oh, they're more than teammates. Amir Iqbal said, after this 100, is there any milestone that Kumar Sangakkara has not reached? He has never taken a 7-wicket haul.
He's never taken all 10 in an innings.
We'll see you tomorrow. Polite Enquiries, George DeBell, Jarrod Kimber, Kia Oval. Is Alistair Cook the worst English captain in the history of mankind?